Get ready for a major remodel, fellas. We're back in hardware mode.
What's up? Fun fact, for those of y'all who didn't actually know it, it has been almost exactly a year since the first podcast episode came out.
Yeah!
Wow.
It was January 30th.
We put out a whopping how many?
Okay, the sad part, we've recorded 6, but I've only been able to at least 3 of them.
3! This is number 4! Let's go!
Because one of them was the first episode we recorded, but Emily wasn't able to make it, so we were like, oh, we'll save this for like a backup episode or something. But then it was like 6 months later, and now it's like, does it even make sense to use this as a backup episode now? Then
I think they need to be released within like a week or 2 of the recording.
And then we had the one that we recorded that within 10 minutes was just a Minecraft Let's Play. But
we should. That's a fun one, though.
But the issue was like it was me trying to catch up to you guys doing stuff the whole time, and I was the only one that I think had their video recording at that point. So I didn't have a way to like.
Was I playing with that one or no?
I don't know. If y'all have it, that can be the lost episode we can release. And then we had the last one, which was like, it went smooth. It was a great episode. I start editing it, and Kiera's audio had everyone else's too.
I know.
And it would have been fine too, because I had just my audio, but the issue was I only had I didn't have just audio or just video from everyone, so I had to try to sync up your audio to my video, but there's a delay and everything, so I just could not do it. So yeah, here's to hoping the new year actually means that this will work out. Whew.
Danny's got to wrap himself in bubble wrap because everyone else so far this year has had a family member experience a ER visit.
Mine was the last week of last year, bro.
So Danny's got to
right before the deadline. But I just kind of want to take a moment to talk about new setups and stuff. Emily's got the really nice mattress in the background. It's probably the best build she has so far. You cannot tell it's printed. She's been testing out like the fuzzy skin settings in Cura and everything.
Yeah, no, I'm completely switching my career TPU over from 3D printing like props to just functional things, because practical prints are fun.
Like a whammon.
I'm I am a whammon, so I know my true calling is cleaning.
She is a whammon.
Being in the kitchen, making the bed, stuff like
making the bed. Pans to you 3D printing a mattress.
Yes. That's her dowry. When she gets married, that's what she brings. She brings the mattress.
I bring the mattress.
There you go.
Yes.
But yeah.
Besides the mattress, I have a little bit more besides the mattress. The mattress has been a great addition. We love the mattress against a wall. Amazing. Cat loves to climb it. Great. But I also have a garage now, so I'm not.
You have a whole house now.
Yeah.
No. Just a mattress. Just a mattress in the garage.
Just the mattress in the garage.
Oh.
Yeah, we sleep on the floor. Yeah, it just sits there. But we bought a house. We are lay homeowners now, and it has a nice garage. And so all my 3D printers and all my tools and everything are not 5 feet away from our bedroom, which is great.
You just have to cross a river now to get over.
Yeah, that too.
Take a canoe.
We had a really bad storm the other night, and our yard turned into a river. The road behind our house just decided to, empty the water into our yard instead of in the drains where it's supposed to go. So, literal river. It was probably about 5 inches deep of water and did not dry up for a long time. It's still wet.
You should have made a floating benchy. That should have been the video last week.
Well, that is my goal. That one of my goals, and Dan wants to work on this with me. Me and Dan are going to make the world's largest functional benchy.
You're just gonna 3D print a boat, bro. You're gonna
basically,
have to change,
but as long as we make the little thingy in the middle, and it has a hole. Have you seen like the model of a? If you look at the model of a benchy, it has a hole in the back to stick a motor in.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, big brain. Big brain.
I have a
great.
benchies. I have a big benchies around here somewhere. Huh.
It's
I should probably
but
grab 'em. I have all my metal benchies lined up here now. So yeah,
but
that's
yeah, we're gonna
Fancy.
make a floating benchy and attempt to float away. I don't know when that's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen at some point because I really want to do it.
Oh God.
But yeah, so yeah, actually, you and I both moved, I guess, since the last podcast. You have an actual house now. I just have a different apartment, but I actually have space now, at least in my room. So I actually have a setup and stuff. Yeah, I also have metal 3D prints now because I work at a metal 3D printing job and print rockets. So that's exciting.
Fancy schmancy.
Fancy schmancy.
Kiera, you've gotten a career change too since the last recording, right?
Keep in mind, the last
When did you
recording
start
was
there?
like 6 or 7 months ago, so it's been a minute.
I don't.
Yeah.
What was different from last time? I don't even.
You had not started
Well-
this school year yet on the last one.
I hadn't.
No. The last
Oh my
one we
God.
recorded, yes. Not the last one I was able to post.
Oh my God! Wait, hold on. I don't know if my brother moved out, and he lived in the basement. So now I've got this like big basement room, and I've got like a suit display, and I've got these big glass display shelves and everything, and it's gonna be really nice. I actually just bought some lights for those, and I'm setting that up, and I got like an actual camera for Christmas. So gonna have a proper YouTube setup, finally.
You finished
And
the
yeah.
microphones?
Proper
There was
YouTube
a-
setup, 200 thousands of subscribers.
But like, yeah, school was a thing. I did
that's
production
the best way to
design
look
for
at
a film because what you do is there's a class called Production Design 2, and you partner up with like a cinematographer and a director and like all these people, and you assemble like a proper like film team, and you make a film for the semester. So I was making a film. And yeah, I don't really have a career change. Like, I don't have a job, so it was just school. Lots of projects.
Do you still have
You've
do you still have the Falcon wings, or have those been shipped off yet?
Yeah, I was actually just talking to him this morning. Actually, we're trying to figure out.
You're like, hey, we got to rent a
When-
shipping container to move these.
No.
things."
He lives like in Iowa or something.
Oh.
So I'm gonna drive 2 hours, and he's gonna drive 2 hours. And I'm just gonna be like, here, take these, and he's just gonna drive away with them, and they're gonna be gone.
You gotta be careful
because they've been
walking
sitting on my
outside.
floor.
You gotta be careful walking outside with the storms right now with those wings, bro. You'll just fly away.
Just fly away. Woo!
Oh my god, dude, I haven't worn them outside yet, and I'm really scared. I want to do like a test fit, but it's like freezing here. It just snowed yesterday, and I don't think I can wear them outside anymore. But it's like one little gust of wind, and I feel like I'm going to literally die. Like I'm gonna be sucked into the gust of wind and fly away. It's really scary. And like
Don't
it kind of
be
makes me
picked up by a
scared to like
tornado.
wear them. Yeah. Oh my god. But yeah, they're I feel like if I actually tried to fly, I probably could, just
You
from
could
like sheer
glide a
surface
little.
area. Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna hand those off at some point. He
Do
actually
it.
wanted to do it next weekend, but I'm busy next weekend, so I can't. But yeah.
You've gotten good footage for like a video on those, right?
Yeah, I've been recording for like, well, when I started it like a year and a half ago to like almost 2 years ago, I was recording everything. And that was when my like workroom was like green. Remember the mint green room?
Yeah.
It was
Oh, wow,
disgusting.
yeah.
And so like in the beginning of this video, I'm going to have to be like, guys, I had a
Gross.
stupid haircut. My room was a stupid color. Just please ignore everything except for like what I'm making.
You're like, focus on the glow up as I worked on these, please.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But it's slowly, the video's slowly happening. It's just I have a short attention span, but I'm editing it. It's happening finally.
We all have a short attention span. I don't think
Yeah.
you can thrive in this hobby or field at all if you only focus and fixate on one thing.
But yeah, that's been my life.
Mr. Built.
Mr. Biltz.
He's had a career change.
Yeah, he's had a real.
I'm
career
unemployed.
change.
Yeah! Woo!
Unemployed.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
officially unemployed. Let's go.
I'm mooching off my wife. I stay at home all day, play video games, eat her food. It's great. It's fantastic. If you're thinking about mooching off your significant other, do it.
Yeah.
You heard it here, folks. Do
Yeah,
it.
But my husband doesn't.
Find yourself a sugar mama and just shack up. That's
According
it.
to the Discord, Jonathan does everything for me anyway. Jonathan builds my Iron Man suits. I don't. I'm merely a whammon, so.
Well, yeah, women can't build. We've been over this, Emily. Come on.
Yeah,
Come on.
I know.
We know. But, yeah, I went from 100% military commitment to 1%. I have to go in tomorrow for my one weekend for January. So that sucks because
You
that's just
gotta
not
shave
fun.
the beard.
Gotta shave. I could leave the mustache and then no.
Are you gonna try to shave it like Tony Stark tonight or something before?
I did that already. It just doesn't look
Doesn't
good.
look right.
I have pictures of it. They will never be released.
Dude,
ever.
I've got photos. I remember back when I first started doing the Iron Man stuff, because it was like charity events, and you wanted the kids to think you were actually Iron Man. I could never open my faceplate, and it got to be a problem where I was just like dying all the time in my helmet, wearing it for like 2-3 hours straight with the faceplate down. And so my mom bought a fake, really crappy looking goatee for me to wear, and there's photos buried somewhere in my Google Drive of like little 16-year-old Danny with a really bad looking fake goatee to see if I could, would it work if I opened the faceplate just for a minute or something to breathe and then put it back down. It just looked so bad.
Bet the kids would be
God.
disappointed when they see us, huh, Kiera?
it's
Me and Kiera over here like, what do we have?
Oh my god, wait, I did.
Okay.
I wore my suit to a baseball game, and this is middle of the summer, like July, in a foam suit, so it's insulating, and I'm like sweating to death. My helmet is broken. It doesn't open. And so I would have somebody just pry the helmet open every once in a while, and some kids saw when I did that to take a breath of air, and they're like, "She's not Iron Man." And I'm like, "No, put the faceplate back on."
Okay, it would be very funny at a con, or maybe we do this at WonderCon for like an hour, if we all did get just really cheap, crappy, paste-on goatees. But even all four of us have them. So every time you guys open your mask, you just have meh.
Oh my god, we should do that.
I'm totally game for that.
Depending on the time of year, I might be able to just get rid of all of this and leave.
No.
But
if we're doing
Oh,
crappy
okay.
goatees, Mr.
Okay.
Belt,
Okay,
we're
no,
doing
fair.
crappy
Okay.
goatees.
Okay.
You can't weasel out of that.
But I can make my own crappy goatee. just have a soul patch.
Hey, bro,
Just leave.
if we're talking growing your own crappy goatee, I will beat you in that one. I can grow a really crappy one. You're like,
Oh,
is that?
God.
You have something on your face? Oh, that's facial hair. Oh, nice. Good
What?
for you. How long you
no.
been growing that out
Oh
for?
no. Oh god. I'm excited for this year. I just put a deposit down for renovations for the garage. We're starting those. Finally. Well, the top's done, but now got quotes for the bottom to get everything done, everything demoed,
How much are you guys tearing
finished.
out?
Well, we're pulling the whole bathroom out.
Oh, that's right.
Of the garage, and we're gonna put a big trough sink, utility sink in the corner, insulate, drywall,
Wait, Frank,
lighting.
You can't go from we're tearing the whole bathroom out and replacing it with a trough sink. You gotta explain that's for sanding, bro. you can't just say that.
We're just actually drilling a hole in the floor, and we're gonna put a plastic lawn chair there, but I'm gonna cut a hole in it, so you can figure it out. so you just sit over the hover. No, it's for wet sanding. It's a big utility sink. This way, I can wash parts. We can. I'll be able to actually clean out my shop vac and stuff for once ever. But I wanted to put a urinal in the corner. Kayla was not on board with that idea. I'm like, I'm the only one in here, and it's already ran and plumbed, and it would take up less space. And she didn't she didn't like that idea.
Hey, bro, you
so.
still got the drop sync though.
Right?
Oh,
What
man.
is this? Okay.
We're,
Yeah. It'll be exciting. I'm happy.
I think next year we might invest in having the gas line run out to ours, and then also throwing an Ethernet cable in there as well, because Wi-Fi is a little rough out there in the garage. So I think, and when it gets cold too, it's insulated. Our garage is already insulated. The door's not, so I have to insulate the door. But it just like you were saying the other day, it just holds the cold in really bad. And so I think we might have heat, like a gas heater or something. We might try to do something like that if we can run a gas line out there, and then also hopefully run some Ethernet
Have
out
you
there.
tested like how much running all of the printers like at a really high bed temp actually heats up the space?
I mean, you're talking to someone who doesn't use their heated bed.
Well,
so-
I know, like the only reason you'd use it is to test that, but maybe that's
Yeah.
there you go. Maybe that's your solution. Just start using your heated beds.
Well, I don't know. So we were looking into just like a straight up electric heater, but I mean, of course, that thing's gonna triple my bill, my electric bill. Like there were people in the reviews of some of these like 7,500 watt heaters being like, yeah, my bill went from 100 to 315. I'm like, oh, okay. So
Yikes.
so which is
Yikes.
why we're thinking about just investing in throwing a gas line out there, because gas heat's a lot more affordable. So and at some point I want to dig a trench and have Ethernet out there, because we have a side room in our garage. We have the garage and then like a side room that I'm kind of using as a studio room, and then the bathroom. And in that studio room I would like to have my like a desktop PC there, like to do all my stuff over there, editing, filming, stuff like that. So
You mean you're
Ethernet
not
would be
gonna
very
just
nice.
have your house be still dedicated to all of your content? You're gonna have an actual
Nah,
dedicated
dog.
workspace?
Man,
What?
I will admit, I want to have like something to play games on in here though, like with Jonathan, like in the house. But I
Mhm.
would like to have something separate,
Yeah.
because it's just a lot. But that's
My work-
obviously
my
later
work
in the
computer
future.
and my home gaming computer.
Well, maybe. I mean, that's obviously like a goal, an expensive goal though. So we're
Speaking
Wait,
of
no.
gaming, we need to do like a big Minecraft like Twitch stream. We still have
Yes.
to do that.
Yeah, we've been talking about doing it.
That never happened.
I know.
No,
I'm still
we-
paying for
we
the
streamed-
Minecraft server,
yeah,
so
we
please,
streamed,
God, can we use it?
Oh,
We streamed
yikes.
once
I'm
on
paying
Twitch,
$6 a
thought.
month.
Like on the first server. Like we're now on the third generation of the server, but on the first
Oh, I
one we
wasn't-
streamed once, I think.
Danny,
I don't think
is
I was
our
in
no
that
girls
server.
is our No Girls Allowed club still there?
Unless they tore it
D-
down, yes.
We
I
did
know
not
they
tear
rated
anything
it on-
down.
I remember they got really
Instead-
upset when they found that though. They were like, "We're gonna go build our own fort, and you guys are."
The Whammon Hut.
Whammon
Wham-
Hut.
The Whammon Hut.
Sounds like
Whammon
Weenie
Hut.
Hut Jr.'s, a Whammon Hut Jr.
It was so bad though. I remember I was just like, "Oh, they're playing Minecraft," and I like hopped in and was watching. I don't remember who streamed. I think it was Kiera was streaming or something.
No, it was me. You
It was
hopped
you.
in, and then as I found the base, or no, it was both of us, Kiera, and we were like, "What
yeah, it was
is
both of us.
this?"
It was.
We
I
were like,
literally hopped in just like 2 minutes before they found it on their own, and it was just perfect
Oh,
timing. And I
God.
jumped in the
And you were,
server, and I
and
was
then
like,
you hopped in the game, and you were like, and
I
you
was like-
just appeared in front of us
Yeah.
at the thing, and we were like, "Well, what is this? What have we found?"
I can explain. Oh no.
"Yeah, that was
Yeah, we
just
need-
like the 3 a.m. like gaming night. Just
God, that was
me and Frank
we
had
were-
nothing else to do."
Remember, we
I
found a
think-
bunch of just like treasure floating in the water, and like
Yeah,
oh my
no,
God.
it was from when like, I think it was Emily, you and I like died while AFK on a boat like literally 2 weeks before, but because we
Yeah.
were so far away, the stuff got like frozen because
The
that part of
chunks
the
didn't
yeah
load,
the chunks
yeah.
didn't load, so they stayed there. So Frank and I just went out there and found everything
found it.
again.
Dude, that was hilarious because we were out
that's
there.
ours now, by the way.
And Danny goes out, like me and Danny are in a boat, and we go out. We finally found the ocean. We spent forever trying to find the freaking ocean. We find the ocean, and then he goes, "Hold on, I have to go pee," and I go, "Okay, no biggie." He gets up out of the out of his chair and goes to pee, and now we're in the boat in Minecraft, and then all of a sudden it gets dark, and someone comes, one of the mobs comes and breaks the boat and yeets Danny out of the boat, and then he starts to drown, and I'm like yelling through the microphone, "Hey, come back!" And
I was literally walking up to the chair, and I could just hear like faintly through the headset, just Danny, Danny, and I just see you died, and I was like, what happened? I was gone for like 2 minutes. We were in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, we were in the middle of the ocean.
And me and Danny had literally just gotten done telling me, no shit, 15 minutes before that, we did a lot of exploring that night. We covered some ground, and we just see a bunch of stuff floating, and I'm like, why is this here? Like this, nothing about this situation makes sense. And it was
still there.
Yeah, I just got my Twitch like reset back up because I want to start Twitch streaming probably once a week between Call of Duty. That'll be great. Another straight white guy streaming COD on Twitch.
I bought COD of Duty, so I can
COD of
join
Duty.
you.
Do you want to play? Do you want to play COD of Duty tonight? Because I would love to play COD of Duty.
If you're fine, you gotta keep. I work till 10:30 my time. If you're fine being up that late, I'm game.
Nope, because I have to be up at 5 a.m. tomorrow. So never mind.
We need to go warden hunting.
Yeah, we found
Let's
the
go warden
warden
hunting.
too.
Oh my god! I just
Yeah, like 6
They
months
don't
ago.
know. Do they not know that we did that?
no.
Oh.
We were there. Shut up.
No.
Frank and I did something stupid.
We did something worse.
We did something really bad.
We trapped the warden completely and utterly.
We have a pet warden in the server right now.
Oh my god.
We trapped him. We figured out how to trap him completely between carpet and glass, and we.
But nowhere is safe still though. He can shoot you through. We have
through anything.
We have 2 layers thick, I think, of like glass around him and carpet around the entire area, and he can still shoot you.
But we have our beds on the platform above it, so the second you die, you respawn. When we were using, I'm pretty sure we killed him using wood swords.
We did. We just kept running back and just punching him.
That was it. We left a little hole right in the glass, and you could just get in enough. He could hit you, but you die, and it was just a cycle.
We just kept throwing bodies at him.
In about 5 minutes, we were just chucking bodies at the warden, and we killed him. We successfully trapped him and killed him with wood swords. Yeah.
We did.
And I think it was Danny. Initially, you were the one who was like, "He's so strong. There's no way."
Yeah, because that's what I kept hearing.
Mega
was like,
Ultra.
oh my god, yeah, he's like impossible to kill. But it's like, yeah, if you die like 10 times each, throwing yourself
Dude, we
out.
died like 30 times. Are you kidding me? We were getting just murdered.
Keep
But,
inventory
yeah,
on.
We have a warden trap, a very effective warden trap where we had seen him, and you have to sacrifice a body because somebody needs to run into the cage.
So
with
someone
him.
has to stay in the cage with him while the other one seals him up. It's like the opening to Jurassic Park, basically, where it's like he gets somebody.
That's exactly what it is. Worth it though. It was fun. And I think, was that like the same night?
It was all the same night. We played Minecraft for like 5-6 hours straight that day, bro. Because I think that was when you guys were at C2E2. So Frank and I had like nothing to do that entire weekend, so we just played Minecraft.
Yeah, it was something. But yeah, I would love to stream that with you guys. That'd be a lot of fun.
Grab something from my shelf really quick.
No. Come back, Danny. Danny. Now that he's gone, God, what a loser. Look at him. Look at that tall, lanky. Jesus, how does he fit through doorways? He's gonna hear this later and laugh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Danny's just amazing. Such a great guy. Oh, hey, man, what's up?
Hey, what's up, guys? What's up?
Just singing your praises.
Oh, I'm sure. There's definitely nothing but good things to say about me. Yeah.
So 2023 cons. Hey, Kiera, how many followers do you have combined?
How many what?
How many followers?
How many followers do you have combined?
950K.
Holy crap.
Let's go.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people.
Woo, woo, that's really scary. That's a scary number. It's almost 1 million.
Almost. It might as well be 1 million.
It rounds
It's
up.
pretty close.
After
Yeah.
you
Round
hit
up.
1 million
I,
on TikTok, they round up, so you can just, they just round up.
You're not wrong.
You mentioned C2E2, and because of that number, I was able to get a free pass to C2E2, so I officially qualify as a creator. Woo! My HomeCon finally recognizes me as a creator. Woo!
I'm a real boy. Woo.
That's like really exciting though, because that's like the convention that I started out with. Like, that was the big convention for me, like 4 years ago when I started all this. So it's kind of like a checkpoint, cool little milestone.
It was a cool little application process. I noticed
Yeah.
while I was going through and submitting for like different cons, like Emerald City, C2E2, I think Fan Expo. There were a bunch of cons that had it was the like verbatim the exact same form. Just it got sent off to different emails and stuff. But that was just like a really weird specific number. Like you must have more than 250,000 combined followers. I'm like, who picked that number? Like.
Yeah.
But I saw
They
that
did
and I saw
say-
C2E2 and I was like, oh, Kiera.
They did say that like even if you have like less followers than they want, like if you still make like cool unique content, they'll still
Yep.
like give it to people who deserve it. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think the followers also helped.
It helps.
Oh,
It
yeah.
definitely I think helps weed some people out who like there could be you could have 100 followers and still be making like amazing content.
Yeah.
But hey, what are you gonna do? Like Danny over here.
I know. I'm at almost
Me.
20,000 combined followers.
Yeah!
That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
I have been getting more active again finally though, now that I'm I don't know, not being a sad boy over building. I don't know what honestly was up. Like I had that whole day of just like ranting on my story of just like I don't know why I've had this mental block for building and posting, but no more. And yeah, so I've been posting more now. I'm working on some stuff that will be shared very soon. I haven't even told you guys yet what I'm working on, and that kills me every day because I want to be like, hey guys, I'm doing this. Be proud of me. But you will see soon. I think the goal is to share some stuff in the next week or so, depending how productive I continue to be. But yeah, it's a slow grind. TikTok sucks to get to
TikTok
be active
sucks.
on.
I'm trying to climb
TikTok's
out of
I-
the ditch right now.
Yeah, it's
It's-
I'm in a
Same.
ditch
it's
too.
like
I gotta post after this.
It's like I had like that Infinity Gauntlet reel I posted on Instagram had like 50K views, and I was like, hell yeah! And I went over on TikTok, and I think it has like 800, and it's like, I don't understand.
Yeah, they've been suppressing. It's been for everyone as well. They've been suppressing everyone's views recently, and now, I mean, before they suppressed ads, but now they are suppressing ads about 3
bury
times as
them.
much as they were before. I mean, I remember when I posted my PUBG.
I had to go
video.
find that when you posted it. It did not pop up on my feed despite following you. I had to go
I
to
mean,
your
it was in the
stuff.
hundreds. It was still in the hundreds, like an hour or two after I posted it.
Ooh.
Like they are like hitting really, really hard when it comes to ads, to the point now, and I understand the whole reason why they do it, which is I still think is like crooked and not good, but they make you boost it. They're saying in order for this to do well, because you're advertising on our platform, you're gonna have to pay money, put this boosting code in and have it do
Yep.
well.
And that's why a lot of companies ask for your boosting code because they're the ones who
Right.
pay to boost it, which is how it should be. The creator should not need to boost
Oh, interesting. I didn't
their
know
Right.
that.
content.
Right, so it's oh god, it's just so awful, which it is nice when a company asks for the boosting code, because that means they understand that the video is probably not going to do well.
I was gonna
because TikTok
say,
is
yeah,
the
I
way it
imagine
is.
it's probably this weird dynamic of companies that don't understand TikTok. They just see big number on follower, and they're like,
Right.
this is gonna
Yes.
get 1 million views. And then
That's
TikTok,
exactly what it is. And then it tanks. It friggin' tanks.
It is so bad. And you almost feel bad when it has nothing to do with you either. It's not your fault. Because, it's what TikTok is doing. But it almost makes you feel bad when you post it. You're like, man, this only this did not do well. I feel bad. Like,
I think
the company's paying me X amount of money, and this just absolutely tanks. But now it's looking like more and more companies are starting to understand, oh, it's just kind of the way it is now. So.
Yeah.
I've noticed I've only ever been approached by one company who wanted to pay me based off of views. They wanted a guarantee on
never do that.
You will get X. Yeah, you will get X amount of money once you hit. I think they wanted 100,000 views on one of my YouTube videos, and it wasn't like a good plug. And it like I knew it wasn't going to get that. Like,
was it a YouTube short or like an actual like?
It was an actual video. They wanted. I forget.
Oh
I totally. I know it happened. But I think I had barely had 100,000 subscribers at the time, and they were like, "Yeah, we want this and that, and can you guarantee us 100?" I'm like, "No, I can't. I can't guarantee you 100 views, depending on how much, how much you want me to edit this or where you want your plug or whatever the heck. Like, I can't,
Like, I can guarantee I will post it.
I will. It will be up.
It will get one view. I'll give you that.
It'll get one view. Yeah, they there was like 25% up front, and then I get the 75, the rest once it broke X amount of. I don't think you can do that nowadays. Old YouTube, yeah, when it was a lot more predictable and you could play the algorithm, but I don't think, unless you're like Mark Rober or MatPat or somebody, I don't think it's not a good business model anymore because you have no idea. I mean, YouTube, I think, is the most predictable out of any of the platforms. Mm-hmm. But like TikTok, oh my God, I couldn't imagine trying to make a deal with, a company.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I'll get 100,000 on TikTok. Pff, easy. Yeah, good luck. Good luck going into that with that mindset.
Yeah, I mean, Emily had a video that hit, by the end of it, like 80 million views when you had like 500,000 followers, and you're at like 3 million now. And like, since you've been at 3 million, I'm sure like you haven't broken a video with like 10 million or something, because it doesn't work like that.
No,
or I don't know, maybe you have
10
like
million one.
Yeah,
I haven't hit a 10. I've hit like 5 million. Like, I think I had a 4.5 million one a while back, but like, yeah, it really does not matter now how many followers you've got, because they will not. It's
consistency of posting. That's all they seem to care about. Are you posting every day? Are you getting engagement? Are people sharing and favoriting your video?
And yeah, you can post every day, but it's going to be a trash video if you post like 3 times a day. So there's a whole quantity versus quality. You want like a good TikTok, right?
Well, yeah, and then there's the being a creator that's a maker, where it's okay, well, most of your stuff relies on you making content. Like, yeah, you can do skits with stuff once it's made, but even like, say you have an idea for like one of the new Marvel shows that's going to be like, it's like, okay, well, I got to make the helmet first to post it, so it's like the whole everyday as a maker account is really complex too.
Can I let you guys in on a secret that I've done on quite a few of my better TikToks? I can't say all the millions ones, but the ones that usually clear a couple 100,000.
Tell us, Frank. Tell us the secret.
I always get one thing wrong. I'll always intentionally say one thing wrong. I'll point to an anime sword and call it a comic book sword. I'll misspeak about a helmet,
to
like
get people to
this Iron Man helmet.
Comments.
Because, man, do people love correcting you when you're wrong. So a lot of my TikToks that have done good, that's it. Doesn't matter if you're calling me a bag of trash. You're commenting. You're viewing.
To me posting yesterday on my story. I love hate comments. They're just hilarious to me.
So, it's worked. It's worked decently. And it's not obviously every video. I'm not trying to trick people, but sometimes I'll actually just misspeak while I'm filming, or like, oh yeah, but I'll leave it. I'll be like, oh, I stuttered a little bit, or I flipped the word a little. Whatever. I'll leave it. Cool. Sick.
Seems more organic that way.
Yeah, I do think
organic.
TikTok. I do think YouTube is definitely more so the place for makers in TikTok. Not to try to be like, these people have to stay here and that's not true.
No, it's
but like
get in your corner.
People like me and Kiera love Brittany Broski. Brittany Broski posts like 10 TikToks a day on her spam account. She'll just and she'll like just stare at the camera. She'll just be like,
it's just random stuff.
It's just like so random, and she'll like film stuff where she's just like talking, and she'll be like, in the middle of talking, the video will just cut because she runs out of time. She just posts it anyway. Like, it's an incomplete video. She just does not give a flying flip, but she posts so much, and people also love her so much that like everyone just goes back and watches. I mean, she racks up the views for sure, and it's great. She posts way more on her spam account than her like actual account. I don't even remember the last time she posted on her actual account. But the people like that can do comedy and like themselves are just funny just by like staring into a camera for 5 seconds. Like, you know, it is probably nice that they can just, you know, and go down. But like,
I would love to be able to just stare at a camera and not actually have to make legitimate content, or
it's just completely her personality. People love her personality, and she's hilarious. She is so freaking funny, and so literally all she has to do is she just stares blindly into the camera and like says some gibberish and then posts it, like. And
if
it does
works,
so well.
right?
Yeah, I mean I don't blame her. She's killing it, but like, yeah, it is a different story when you're having to make something and then post about it, or talking about something that you made. I mean, you don't want to keep talking about the same thing over and over again, you know. And
yeah, that's
so
definitely always the weird thing where it's like, okay, I made this new thing, but I don't want my next 5 posts to be this exact same new thing. Yeah. And you're like, okay, well, how do I like navigate that?
I have found that there's 2 helmets I can wear at the beginning of a video that usually
pique interest.
9 times out of 10, my Goblin helmet and my Red Hood helmet. Anytime I open up a TikTok with those on, they always do way better. Because people, especially guys, normal straight white guys on TikTok, nobody wants to see my face. Like that's the quickest way to get somebody to just scroll away. Like, okay, cool. It's another guy. Cool. Okay. It's probably going to talk about Call of Duty. Like, they don't care. They don't want to.
If they scroll
people
to a
are
helmet,
looking for,
they're going to stay.
He's like, probably going to talk about. I'm streaming Call of Duty tonight at 11. Come into Twitch/.
Right. Like that, people are looking. I forget who was talking about it. It might have been Mr. Beast. It might have been. People are looking for a reason to swipe away from you. People are looking for a reason to stop watching your video. The second you do something that annoys them, they don't like the way you look. Like, they are just looking for a reason to swipe to the next video. And that first 1 to 2 seconds on TikTok, that's it. If you don't get them right there, nothing. So when I see people who are trying to make TikToks and they're good builders, and you see that they're trying to expand, but they'll just sit there like themselves at the beginning of the TikTok and nothing else. They don't even have the project in front of them. Like, today I'm going to be showing you how I made this Green Goblin helmet. You already lost them. They're gone. They don't care. Like, and that's that attention span, and fighting that is so hard.
Yeah, it's literally the first
like
2 to 3
YouTube videos too. I mean, like,
yep.
If you don't get someone within the first 30 seconds,
that's it.
They're gone. So like,
the metric I'd seen, it was in the first 12 seconds, make your promise. Talk about the video and make your promise, and then over the next rest of the video, you deliver on that promise. Like, I'm going to be showing you this. I'm going to teach you how to do this. Hey, have you ever wondered where this came from? You know, lay it out, make your promise in the first 12-ish seconds, and then within 30 seconds, kind of go over the format, and then eventually deliver. And if you don't deliver, then people are going to come back.
Yeah.
It sucks. It sucks.
Oh yeah. No, that's like, I'm learning. I'm still learning. Like, the intro is the most important part, 100% for sure. Like, Kersey Fabrications, he just posted his heads-up display video for his Iron Man helmet, which is
it's so cool.
Incredible.
So cool.
Absolutely cool. So, in his intro, I thought his intro was really strong. He asked me for input on the video, and I watched it, and his intro was super strong. And I think, like, he was just like, why am I doing this? This is it. Like, I just thought the way he did that was really well done.
Yep.
And
storytelling. It's storytelling.
And it pays off when you
yes.
I don't
have a strong intro.
I don't remember which of you, Emily or Frank, talked about this a while back with me, but basically, like, the difference when it comes to, like, how much more interesting a video gets when you go from, like, a video showing how you built something as opposed to it's way more interesting to show a story about building something as opposed to showing how you built something. So, like, you're not worried about,
just talked about this.
missing steps or necessarily like, yeah, you have your bare minimum, like these need to be part of the story, but it's like, I don't need to show the entire process. That was definitely, I think, something, at least for builders that try to make content, like that's something that I always did too. When it came to anything, it's like, okay, well, I got to film everything instead of just planning out. Actually, yeah, I think Emily, you were saying you're starting to like kind of figure out rough scripts and stuff beforehand, so you have an idea for the video structure going into it too. It's like, yeah, making your content a story about how you did something as opposed to making the video about how you actually did it is
Yes.
It's I mean, and it's kind of annoying because it's like, as builders, we want the content to be the most useful, which like we all, I think, know that 9 times out of 10 having an actual like walkthrough might be boring, but it's like, that's how you get that one random snippet of info. You're like, oh my god, that's what I was missing. But then the issue is like, if you make a video like that, no one ends up seeing it anyway. So it's this weird middle ground. It's like, well, you need it to be interesting enough, and then you gotta like backfill when everyone's like, oh well, what paint was this, or like what were you doing there, or, you know, stuff like that.
You gotta think, I think, what your target audience is, as well. Is your target audience trying to figure out how to do the thing that you're doing, or are you just trying to be entertaining? And so for me, I'm trying to start leaning more towards entertaining people rather than
chaos.
Yeah, more like chaos, you know. But like, I had like my tie gun video. I ran my tie gun video by some YouTubers, and the suggestion was chop out, like, I had maybe 5 to 6 minutes of me building the thing. I had already chopped out a ton of it because it did not take me 5 to 6 minutes to build the thing. But the suggestion was make it like 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. Is like, because it's just not about. It's not about you making the thing. It's about the thing. Like at the end, when it's done, people want to see it being used. People want to see revelations throughout the video. People want to see, oh, now we have this, let's try this out. People aren't as interested in like how you did something, especially if it's like super complicated. Like they just
want to see you do it. They don't want to hear about how you actually had to put in time. And it depends on your audience. You know?
It depends on your audience, right? Like Kersey Fabrication, he's I think a lot more technical, and he likes talking about the code. He's super into code and stuff like that, and you know, I think he is more geared towards people who are like really interested into like, how does this work and how did he make it work. But like, I think if I were to build, I don't know, it's not like most people that don't have a kind of mind like that. Maybe like, I just want to see the thing function. So it just depends on who your like target audience is.
Well, yeah, it's like everything's kind of on a spectrum, and it's like, you know, we've also kind of talked about like for Frank's content, it's like, you know, Frank might have an overlapping audience with like a more technical channel like CNC Kitchen or something, but like it's very different structures for the content. It's like Frank's, I feel like, is a little more leaning toward the entertainment side as well as like, you know, engaging information and whatnot, but it's not, okay, here's a data sheet, or like here's like the actual like, you know, hypothesis for a video and then test it and stuff like that.
And then
the problem I've started. What's up?
I was gonna say, another good thing that I'm learning about more educational videos too is that they don't really lose steam quite as quickly, you know, because people are constantly looking up, how do I do this? Like, I have a video of how to resume a 3D print. I get comments on that like every week, like, oh, thank you, this is so cool, like, because people are looking stuff up. So when people are looking up how to 3D print blank, how to do this to your printer, those videos are not necessarily losing steam like other
investment videos
might.
Basically.
I call those slow burners, like the video I just put up, not the. It's just the things to get into 3D printing, like the top 10 things to avoid, or like to troubleshooting. Like, that's not gonna.
Oh, dude, that video is gonna never slow down.
It's gonna be a slow burn of just people, like you said, searching for the problem. It's not something anybody's gonna go sit down and like, you know what I'm in the mood for. Mark Rober kind of sucks. I'm actually gonna go watch this 3D printing video. Like, that's not gonna happen. But it's gonna be a slow burn video where if you make a good entertaining story, like your Thai video, like that's something that people might. It has nothing to do with you being an engineer, having an Iron Man suit or 3D. It's you are just making this thing, and then you get to tell this story through it just as you are. So that's something that somebody might see and want to watch, or they're looking for Secret Santa videos, or and then they'll start to get recommended between all the other creators and stuff. So that's a problem I've been running into with my videos, and I know it's always been a problem, but I can't just keep showing build videos on helmets because eventually it's always going to be the same stuff. It's going to be, all right, we're going to print it, we're going to paint it, we've been using the same paints, I already taught you how to sand in the last 20 videos, do I put it in this video? But now if I don't put it in this video, the person who's only watching this video won't get that information on how to sand. So where do you draw that line of adding in the information so each video is pretty much just a carbon copy of the other, save, the file itself, the paints you used, but it's all really just the same thing. You print it, you paint it, you fit it, you wear it. So I've tried to actually start taking out bits of that and just linking people to those other tutorials. Like, hey, I already taught you guys how to sand, here's that video. And that right there cuts out 5 to 10 minute, that cuts out huge chunks of that video. Yeah. Where if somebody is just wanting to watch me build this thing, like, oh, I didn't know you could build a Green Goblin helmet. They don't care how I sanded it. They just see, oh, he sanded it down. Cool. 5 seconds, next step, without losing that information or tutorial structure on, I'm trying to teach you how to make this thing. It's a constant back and forth, and especially with 3D printing, because if people are looking at 3D printing videos, more often than not, they want answers. They're there for that video because they're having a problem. Yeah. Well, will this fit on my printer? Like, can I print a helmet on this printer? And it's like, all I want to do is just yell at the screen or camera and be like, you can print anything on any printer, just cut the file up. Like, if I could preface every friggin' video with that.
Yeah.
But see, people don't know.
My issue is that, like, I'm in the spot where I don't really know what my content is. It's just kind of like content. Because it's like, I have like a very different situation. Like, I'm still full-time in school, and like, I don't have time to like constantly grind out projects and like tutorials and stuff like that. And so I'm at the point where I'm like recycling old content, or being like, hey, remember when I made this thing? And it's like, especially on TikTok, like we talked about like a million minutes ago, like it's suppressing views, and especially when like you're just bringing up old projects, like nobody really cares anymore. And so it's like, it's hard to maintain like social media or like post consistently when you're not like constantly making new stuff. And so now I'm at the point where I'm scrambling to make new things so I can actually post, because I don't want my account to just be like rerun after rerun of like old projects. And so I don't really know, like I'm trying to lean more into like the entertainment side of things with like this Falcon video, just because I don't really want it to be a tutorial, because I didn't film it like a tutorial. Like, it's just kind of me doing things, and I was just gonna kind of like voice over it and have it be like, hey, like I made this cool thing, like come watch, and like less of a, hey, here's how you do this. But I don't know, like my YouTube is kind of all over the place right now, and I'm trying to find that structure. It's hard.
I still think because you have so many other, you have your school obligation, and you have so little time to do really big structured videos, I think you would do so much better as almost a vlogger, but like a workshop build vlogger, where you can still tell your stories. Like, think about how much footage you did get over your Falcon wing build. You could have uploaded a bunch of little snippets, 5-10 minutes at a time, of you just kind of recording, oh, today I'm cutting the patterns in, blah, 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 doing this, that, and you just upload it. It doesn't need to be about the whole wings. It's just the step you're on.
Because here's
people
your
could
story
follow those
right
projects.
there, is you building it.
Yeah.
Like if
Yep.
Well, yeah,
you're just telling it in more of a long form, and you can get more stuff up, and you're not worried about crazy editing and structure and the mass storytelling. You're just grabbing the little snip, because you deal with some pretty unique shit between the jobs you've had, the modeling stuff you've done, school, filming. Like, you have your GoPro now. Just keep that thing in your pocket. I mean, and just film. Just
I have a
snippets of your life.
carrying case and everything. Like I do really want to break that out and like actually do like vlog style stuff. I was thinking about bringing it to WonderCon and like doing all of that.
We are all filming everything at WonderCon.
Yeah.
So it's gonna.
I'm bringing my whole camera screen setup, and it'll be a blast. We're gonna have some fun there, but
yeah, I've been on break for what is this like? We're going into my 3rd week of break, which is terrifying, by the way. It's been
I've had
very
to relax
quick
for so
and
long.
I know but that's the thing I was about to say. I'm not even relaxing because I'm like I don't have new content. Like there's nothing to post. I have all this time. Like what am I supposed to be doing?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I just finished my website. I'm working on a wing video. I'm really, really itching to post those Secret Santa
I know,
pictures.
dude, me too.
Like, I want to post them so bad, but we haven't opened the gifts yet. So that's, like, my next content after that. And then, like, I haven't posted a reel in a long time, and I haven't actually made anything new. And I want to get back into, like, fixing my Mark 6 and, like, doing cable management, so that's good for WonderCon. I'm printing some things right now that are just, like, little, small, like, fun builds. Like, I'm making replica lightsabers just because I want to work on my finish work and stuff like that. But it's like I've spent so much time over break just sitting here panicking because I don't have new content yet. And I have all this time to work on content, but I'm not making new content. And I'm not actually relaxing because I'm so stressed about this. And it's like, it's hard to, I don't know what the whole point of this is. I'm just saying it's hard to be full-time in school and like consistently make content. And like somebody like Dan, like Daniel Build, who
he's a monster.
was like working at night. Was he working
monster.
at night?
Yeah, he worked.
He was like working and doing school and building.
He was
I don't know how he does it.
He was a full-time student, worked full-time hours, and was pumping projects out like every week or two.
Yeah.
But
He's got you want to talk about chaotic energy now. He's
Yes,
got some
yeah.
stupid ideas. It's going to be really
However,
good.
he wasn't recording and making long-form videos. There's a
Yeah.
lot of makers out there who are pumping out crazy projects, third dimension builds. You know, even people like Ryro who are posting a lot on Instagram and like, yeah, it looks like they're getting a lot done, but they're not making any other content besides just grabbing what they're already making. Quick record, quick phone, quick snap, and just on Instagram. That's it. Which, if I was just on Instagram, this would be so much easier because all you'd have to do is post reels. Instagram's dead. Instagram for photos, it's dead.
Yeah.
They killed it. It's reels now. It's TikTok 2.0. So if it was just that, it'd make it way easier.
Yeah,
To,
filming
you had a job.
filming any build at least doubles the amount of time it takes to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you see a lot of people who aren't even filming the build. They're getting done with that step and then taking a picture or a photo of it. They're not setting up to film themselves doing it. It's always after that step. It's, hey, look at it. It's primed now. Hey, look, it's sanded now. Hey, look, I can wear it now. Hey, look, it's on a stand now. It's after. Way easier. You're not explaining anything. You're not talking about anything. You're showing the thing you already did. And it looks cool. It's great for posting on those types of platforms, but if you're going to then try to teach somebody about it or make a video about the story, yeah, it like triples the time that it takes just to do the thing while you're doing it, and then you need to find time to edit it and make it presentable.
Yeah.
Like,
Editing is...
it's a whole different beast.
Editing takes so long.
I will
and, like,
say...
I have no attention span.
When I started scripting stuff out and writing, like, scripting things more so... Obviously, not everything is scripted. It's not like the whole friggin' video is sitting there and be scripted. But, like, when I started doing that and planning, okay, and I'd go through each clip and I'd say, I don't need that one, I need this one, I don't need... And I organized it all and labeled them all into the order that they're going to be edited in. And I had my voiceovers as separate pieces. Like, it became so much quicker.
You just gotta find your workflow. That's it.
Yeah,
knowing how to record for camera, knowing if you stop, pause, reset, like just training your brain to don't get flustered that you messed up a line. Just pause, give yourself that audio break, go again, and it cuts down time.
Yeah, like
So-
because I mean I was just recording stuff and trying to make a video out of it before. It takes about 5 times as long.
I have the
I think.
Gamer 3 video that I filmed with Walsh and Kenneth. I don't even remember. I've shown you guys a photo of that thing, right? Or have I? Okay, yeah. Yes, literally, we totally gutted an Ender 3, made it basically a gamer PC, But the issue was, we just kind of like filmed a bunch of random stuff while we were doing it, and I have like a rough cut that I've been sitting on for like weeks, and I'm just like, it makes no sense still. Like I gotta go like film like a totally separate intro, and then just kind of stick it on the front and hope that gives enough context to what the hell everyone's about to watch. And then I don't have an outro for it either or anything. It was just kind of like, yeah, I filmed random stuff while I could. And it's fun, and I know it's still a fun build, but it's like, then trying to make it a story is so difficult, because you're just like, oh yeah, I'll just film this, you know?
I now find it funnier to not have any outro.
And just
I just cut the video. Yeah. Or the intro is me explaining like what's gonna happen and stuff, right? But like now I'm just like, because before I used to go bye or something. Like I was like, this is so awkward. I'm just gonna cut it, and I kind of like it. So that's what I've been doing. But I don't know.
Yeah, it worked. And
yeah,
yeah. Bye.
There's tons. There's tons of different ways and formats you can go about it. I saw somebody who made a very, I won't get too specific on the video, but I mean, it looked like Mr. Beast made this video. Not because of the production quality, just the way it was edited. Like, you'd be like, oh, this is a Mr. Beast video. And it was very, very clearly clout chasey, unfortunately. It was Mr. Beast in the title. It was something to do with Mr. Beast, and like, it was just a Mr. Beast video made by somebody else, and it worked. It worked. He got millions and probably he got millions of views, and like, but it was just clearly made for the views. Yeah, it was made for Mr. Beast's audience, and it worked. The formula works. His video styles work. I mean, the quick zoom ins, the zoom outs, the cuts, the quick, like, it was just like, wow, this is a Mr. Beast video.
Yeah.
Good job. Like, good job replicating that.
I'm not gonna lie, when I see people do that's not Mr. Beast. Like, I don't know.
I
kind of annoys
I think
me.
it's cringy. I'll say it. I'll say it right here.
I think it's
cringy.
really annoying. I mean, like, Mr. Beast kind of coined that.
He gets a pass for paving that road.
Right, but then
if you saw somebody you would know if somebody was replicating a Mark Rober video. Between the music alone, the storytelling in the beginning, the cuts. This is my blah blah. Like, he has a very particular style, and you'd probably pretty much be able to tell if somebody was like mirroring that, you know. Mm-hmm. And it's I don't know. You can copy a formula that works. I mean, that's kind of the point. Somebody did the hard work for you. That's great, but I wouldn't want to be a Mr. Beast clone, you know, or 2.0, or
make the content you want, or at the very minimum the content you can.
That was making content that you think people wanted to see, and it had nothing to do with the content you wanted to make. Then that's exactly like, I was like, I mean, that works. It worked, but that would be hard to keep up, because now that's what people are expecting. That type of video style is what those millions of people who saw it, those subscribers you got, now they want that style. So if you start trying to make yourself come through into the video and edit your own style, you're going to lose followers. You're going to lose subscribers, because they're like, oh, this isn't like your first video. This isn't like that video I saw. You know, this is completely different. But I'd hate to have to mimic or replicate somebody like that. That'd be exhausting.
Yeah, sometimes stuff like that can be exhausting to watch as well. Like, there's no breaks. Like, it's just all boom, 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 boom. Like, there's a certain amount of
there's a saturation
keeping people's attention that needs to happen. But like, when you're like turning it into a TikTok that's basically 10 minutes long of boom, 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 like, you need to relax every now and again. There need to be some slow moments in the video, entertaining but slow, and I think that's still possible. Because it can be kind of exhausting to watch a full like 10-minute video of just.
Have you ever watched some of the videos they're so very clearly tailored towards like kids, like 10 and under, not made for kids videos, but like where it's just today we're gonna be doing this, and guys look at this, and hey, it's another cut, and like you're just like, oh my god, dude, who? It's scary. Yeah. It's scary when you see those. You're like, get back.
Yeah.
I called Freddy Fazbear at 3 a.m.
Yo, my God!
All those-
Oh, what was it? I called Mickey. I called Mickey Mouse, guys. Mickey Mouse is coming over here. He's so mad at me. I can't get into Disney World. But I guess it pays the bills, right?
I've never
Maybe
seen a
that's-
Mr. Beast video.
What?
How
Yeah.
you gonna just
What?
drop that right now, bro?
Right?
Emily's literally gotten a hot dog thrown at her by Mr.
I know.
Beast. You've never seen a video by him? What?
No. No. That's why I've been so quiet. I'm just like, I don't know what's going on.
I feel
I'm
like
not
you've
familiar with
definitely
his video
seen
style.
one. You just didn't know that you watched one. You know?
No,
Yeah.
it's
Maybe.
Mr. Beast.
Maybe.
You can't watch a Mr. Beast video and not know you're watching a Mr. Beast video. You didn't watch a
Okay,
Squid Game
if
video?
you-
Maybe.
Hold on.
If you don't know, if she doesn't
If-
know who he is, then
If you want a perfect summation of a Mr. Beast video, go search up Mr. Beast Meat Canyon.
Oh no.
Okay,
That's that's too far.
he reacted to the video.
I know, he
laughed
liked
at
it.
Like, but like, it's a good summation of his videos. I mean, it's
instead of just going to watch one of his videos.
yes.
Emily,
yes,
have you
this
seen
is
that
way
Meat
funnier.
Canyon
Oh
video?
my God.
Do you know who
Is
Meat
it?
Canyon is?
This?
I have not seen this.
Oh, you can't
That's
even
it.
see
Yeah,
it.
that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
It's really funny. It's
I haven't
really,
watched it.
God.
I'm gonna watch that after this. No.
Yeah,
We should all watch
but
But yeah, I
I've
guess
watched it plenty of time. Not on this stream. I'm not watching it here.
that. Yeah.
Yikes!
But,
But no, that's it. He's the king of YouTube. I mean,
He beat PewDiePie.
they're the channels. Yeah, they're the channels that are like a conglomeration of people, and you know, where it's a brand or a company. And I know Mr. Beast he's a company at this point, but like Jimmy the Fate is the king of YouTube. That's it. Global. He won. I think Mark Rober nips at his heels, but Mark Rober I think is a little more niche in the science engineering thing, but pretty close.
Yeah. What he's doing with those subscription boxes is so big brain. That is
Oh,
so
yeah.
big brain. Because, like, you know how many
You
kids
want-
probably watch his videos and are interested. I mean, like, his videos are for people of all ages, number one, but then, two,
mean,
the portion
yes.
of them that are for kids. Like, I think that's cool that he's able to, like, tailor to everyone, but then also, hey, for
Yep.
the kids, if you want to do that. Like, dude.
It's on brand. It's perfectly on brand.
That
Well,
he,
Frank
I have
even did
no
one
idea
of
what
the-
money he's making off of that.
one of the
but I
like class
guarantee
things
he's
too,
doing
right? You did one of Mark
What's that?
Rober's like STEM
Yep, the
class
class.
thingies.
Yeah, it was cool. It was very different. Like I wouldn't call his videos. They're informative. I don't know if I'd call them educational. Like you can learn some stuff through it, but the purpose of the video isn't to educate people per se. It's to tell a good story about something sciencey or nerdy or geeky.
Well, yeah,
but then with him offering those classes and those boxes, it's like, here, I can teach you more.
Yeah.
There is an option for me to actually teach you this or show you this or get you invested in this. It's I think his videos are more inspiring than, educational. I'm not saying that his videos aren't educational though, but he's not just sitting there like, I'm going to teach you how to make the glitter bomb step by step.
Well, yeah.
That's
Right.
not what his videos about.
You know it's informative more than educational when it's like, yeah, we've been working for the last 2 months in R&D. We have 9 prototypes of this, and that's it. That's the entire conversation of the R&D on the device.
Oh no,
Like-
for the latest glitter bomb video.
I still haven't seen
I mean,
that
they were talking
one.
about how they worked on it for like the whole year,
Yeah.
and then just went straight to what actually happened. And I mean, that's kind of what people are talking about. You don't really show how it happened. You show
You show it.
how you use it. That's what the
Yeah.
general public wants to
Yes.
see, and he did a good job of. Let's get straight to it.
I've heard that Mark's subscription boxes are making a massive dent into other subscriiption box services
KiwiCo, I
like
bet.
KiwiCo, like Mel. Like it's actually really hurting their bottom line because he's getting so. It's not a sponsored plug. It's him. It's his video. He can push it whenever and however he wants, and he doesn't have to pay anybody money to advertise for it because it's him. He's he's the one everybody wants to advertise for his boxes, and he has people like Will and Veritasium and Peter Schreepel on his side. Like, oh god, genius. Must be nice.
Must be nice. Hey, he's probably got several people dedicated to working solely on that, though. Like, he's probably hired
I'm sure.
several
I'm sure,
people specifically to, like, fabricate the boxes, help record the videos, edit those. But, like, he probably has, like, maybe even a separate business for that.
Well, I know he works with quite a few people on a lot of stuff. Like Bill from I Like to Make Stuff. I know he did a good amount of the woodworking for the last like Squirrel Olympics video and stuff. And so it's like,
oh, that's I didn't know. Oh wow.
Yeah, when we were at Silicon, I remember he was talking a bit about that. I don't know how much he did, but I remember him mentioning something about that. So.
Small world.
Yeah. Especially at conventions.
My cats really enjoyed the Squirrel Olympics video. They sat and watched the whole thing.
Danny, are we doing Silicon again this year? I'm actually about to email Trip and start trying to plan for August.
I mean, yes. Silicon is my C2E2. Like, that is the convention I will always go to. It's the one I started at. I have way too many great memories from, like, Silicon's by no means the biggest, like, most insane convention, but it's like some of the best memories I have from any convention are from Silicon. So the question is whether all of the idiots will be at Silicon again this year.
I have no idea. I'm scared how much money I'm going to be spending on travel this year. I'm not going to lie. I have to now, for context, my husband's going to go back to school this year to get his PhD, and now I am the sole provider. So it makes me a little bit more nervous. So I really want to make sure we're Gucci first, especially if me and Frank end up yeeting over the pond to some other convention, possibly in late Europe. So we'll see.
Ooh, Europe.
We're gonna manifest it now, though. In 2023 at a convention. No idea which one. We're gonna get an Iron Idiots booth. We're manifesting it now.
Oh my God! Can I? I'll make a banner.
Yes.
I'll do everything. I actually started merch.
I may or may not have already kicked out some feelers for an Iron Idiots booth, but I want to type up a better formal proposal that involves all of us and what we can bring. One thing that will absolutely help sell that is more podcasts on the YouTube channel.
Yes. Speaking of more podcasts on the YouTube channel, we actually all finally have a schedule.
Run!
We all have a schedule.
I didn't like that.
We all have a schedule that actually overlaps for the first time in like 6 months. So we can actually be recording these. So the goal is we will be recording these ideally twice a month. So yes, more podcast episodes. We will definitely have.
I know for a fact I could at least get us an Iron Idiots booth at Cosplay World Richmond.
Virginia? Hey,
Virginia.
I can drive there. I'm good with that one. We can do that.
But ideally, I think being able to get something at like WonderCon. I don't know if an Iron Idiots booth would fit at Silicon. I guess a Maker Faire. No, I think that would work. Yeah. But WonderCon. That'd be something.
I think that's the really big goal, especially because it kind of seems like WonderCon's going to be the one we go to, like regardless every year. That's kind of the big one. So, but yes,
I mean we can just
everybody that is watching
instead of getting invited, we can just get pricing for it and see if somebody will sponsor us.
I have a really cool idea.
Yes.
So for WonderCon, I want to make like jersey shirts, like Iron Idiots jersey shirts with our like last names on the back, or like like usernames or something on there. I think that'd be really sick. Cool. Like an Iron Idiots logo on the front.
The engineer.
Yeah. No. The jersey shirts, instead of the number, it's our suit's mark. Like I have 85 on that, you have 42, and then you have your name.
I'm gonna do that. Tonight. I'm doing that. We're all gonna get shirts.
We're gonna be like matching family at Disney.
Mine will not be 4. Mine will not be 4.
They're like bowling shirts.
Yours won't be 4, Danny? What's yours gonna be?
You guys will maybe see in a week or so.
It's gonna be can I guess?
You can
Emily,
guess.
are you gonna be 17?
I'm not gonna tell you.
God,
gonna
I
be
want to do the
free.
47 so bad, and if I were to do it, I would only motorize the helmet right now. I wouldn't go crazy. But God, there's no way I can print that in 2 months. And have it painted
we'll see if I can print mine.
Hold on. Me and Nick are making a war machine in 2 months, so you can probably do it if we're gonna build a whole war machine.
Because
in
I
2
really
months.
got.
That would actually be kind of
sick
fun of just
Heartbreaker.
all of us like pushing back to each other like, okay, we have 2 months. Like this is day 5.
Yeah.
This is
I mean,
Danny
all I
updates.
would
Day
do-
6 Kiera.
I would not. To make it up to myself, I would not. I'll motorize stuff later. I will simply be wiring up lights in a motorized helmet.
That's
That's what we're doing with Nick.
Star Boost was. That was
Yeah.
it. Just
So-
I need this faceplate to open, the hands to light up. Sick.
Yep.
Like I'm just gonna.
I will
get
have my
a,
first motorized helmet.
like a
for
literal
WonderCon too.
switch. I'm literally just gonna
Kiera.
have a literal switch for the lights and Crashworks for the helmet, and that's all I do.
Definitely, if you design up some Iron Idiot shirts,
I'll make them tonight. Like
fucking
actually,
sick.
I'm gonna whip them up tonight, and they'll be done. I'm like
do you
determined
want me?
now.
Do you have a way to order merch and stuff and get like stuff made and shipped to you?
What do you mean? Like spraying?
Like Teespring, because I can just give you my Teespring login, so you can use their designer and stuff and pick the different stuff. Like you'll obviously make the prints or logos or whatever, but you can just put them in the Teespring and get samples and stuff ordered and see what they're gonna look like.
I have a Teespring.
Oh,
It has
Yeah.
Iron
Never
Idiot
mind.
stuff on it right now.
Yeah.
Actually,
I started making Iron Idiot stuff forever ago, and then I just never like actually finalized anything. So
yeah.
it's just sitting there waiting. So I can
Do
just
it.
start making
Alright.
some killer merch.
Next,
I actually started
next
like a really
episode.
cool merch
We have
design.
to have it done so we can plug it. We can
Oh my
plug
God,
it.
And
wait,
this could,
if
like,
we-
what if this is how because we could just buy a booth at WonderCon and either fund it ourselves
With merch.
and or with merch, or we can reach out to somebody like Print Labs who has already worked with me and Emily. I think they sent Kiera. I think they sent you some filament, maybe Print Lab,
Who?
Print Labs.
Print bed?
Print bed?
Print Bed.
Yeah.
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 Like
Print Bed's
like
a
someone
good
like
stuff. I have
that
a
would
shirt.
probably
Well, yeah. I mean,
sponsor us.
what, like a year and a half ago now, when I was over at your place, Frank, remember they commented like, well, if you guys actually get a podcast going, we'd be open to sponsoring it.
I've talked to Jamie a few weeks ago. He wants to like keep working with me and us and stuff. Like, if we had an Iron Idiots booth sponsored by Print Bed, sick. It's a
Print
3D.
bed if
it's
you're
a,
watching.
I,
Jamie.
yeah, right. Print Bed. Yeah, that's good,
I'm
man.
still interested.
I will.
I haven't reached back out because I want to make sure I'm actually posting consistently on this before I ask for anyone to sponsor it. So
That'd
begins.
That'd be a blast. That'd be so
2023
cool.
will be the year of the idiots.
We could probably trick Reality into sponsoring
No,
us, but
I
I
don't
don't know if
wanna
I want
be
that.
sponsored by
I don't want that
Reality.
PR.
I don't want that.
Can you just send us like $5,000? Yeah, thanks. Cool.
I don't want the.
I have no
smoke.
idea how much a silicon. No, not at all. They sent me a pen. They sent me a really nice fountain pen for the 50th anniversary thing.
Oh yeah,
Um,
they sent me
That's
a.
I
random.
thought it was gonna be a
They sent me
printing
a Christmas
pen.
gift last year, I think. But I stopped. I haven't
Wait,
really done
50th
much with them
anniversary of
recently,
what?
so
I don't know, but it's.
I was
It's
like,
a nice
Creality hasn't
pen.
been around for 50 years, have they?
Well,
Oh, wait, is that a
apparently
3D
they
printer?
have. It's a fountain. No, it's a fountain.
Why
pen.
does
It's
it
like a
literally
really
says
nice
3D printer pen on the side, doesn't it?
3D printer Creality.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's so
this is the
weird.
world's
It's not-
smallest
it's-
3D printer.
It's the nicest pen I own now.
You could fool
and it
someone
came
on
from a
TikTok. Say this is the world's smallest 3D printer. Just kidding. It says 3D printer.
You're not wrong.
All right, well, on
We
that
have a lot
note-
of options this year. It's gonna be awesome.
On that note, I think we're going to be wrapping up this episode. If people have made it this far in, we cannot talk for only a short amount of time. The game plan was to try to keep these shorter, and I think this one's still like an hour long, so if anyone's still here, thank you. And yes, tune in 2 weeks again for the next one.